In grade 11. Today we are looking at two cylindrical solids that penetrate each other. This will be the third installment in the series, or lesson rather. So let's start with this one. So first of all, this is the pictorial view that we have. We see the two right cylinders penetrating each other. We should also note that both of these cylinders are exactly the same diameter. If that is the case, let's start by drawing the top view, and let's already draw the branch pipe diameter in as well. So they are both radius 25. Once you have this, let's project and start drawing the front view in. Projecting these lines up. You can see it starts on the base measurement here, or on the XY, so I can just start by drawing the line. The height is not given to me. Typically when I set this up, I already drew this in here. So just for convenience sake, let's make the height 75, right? So it's not going to matter because the big drawing that's coming in is because the development is going to be for the branch pipe. So the main pipe measurements at this point doesn't matter that much. Alright, so starting off, the measurements that they gave us is from the top, it's 20 millimeters that you measure out. So just projecting a line, measuring 20, and then projecting that point down. Remember, that's how far the branch pipe goes out. You can see the branch pipe connects on a horizontal plane directly onto this, right? So it's not on an angle that it goes in. Then it's 11 millimeters from the top here. This is the very basics. I expect you guys to know how to do this. That's why I'm kind of rushing through this. I'm extending this line out so that you can see when I draw my circle, it has to form a tangent to that line. So the circle that I have here, because it's a cylindrical shape, doesn't matter how I turn the circle, the diameter stays the same. So that means from here, the diameter is also going to be 50. So up to there, 25. I need the middle line of 25. If I project this, I'm just going to draw a little center line so you can see what I'm busy with. On here, on the center line, you are also just going to draw a radius 25. And there you should see at the very top, it forms the tangent that I was looking for. The lowest point you can also now project in like this. Alright, so now we have the circles, we have the copy piece for the front view. Now we have to start looking at the intersection that's supposed to be here, and then the top view. So let's project this point in. It should connect exactly onto the circle because they are supposed to be the same radius. Like that. Alright, so this is what you should see. There's the top view done and dusted. Now, in all your drawings, mostly that you are doing, where you have to draw circular shapes, you have to divide them in 12, except in isometric and in some mechanical drawings. All the other ones, you have to divide them. So I'm going to divide this branch pipe, actually both of them, for the front and the top view, in equal pieces. So in order to divide this, you use a 60-degree angle and a 30-degree angle. Then you turn your 30-60 around and you do exactly the same thing. Then you already have your center lines. So that's going to also give you the perfect pizza slice here. Alright, so 30, 60, 30. Right, throughout the video I might mute here and there just to alleviate some of the noise that you hear if it gets really bad. Otherwise just focus. It's not the end of the world. Alright, so now we have the divisions. We have the top view, the front view. We now need to draw the intersection. So let's start labeling this. I want the highest point of my drawing here to be 1. So 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, and 12. Now as this lifts up, so like I'm explaining to you, if this pencil represents the numbers, 10 is going to be here on the left, 4 is going to be on the right. You are taking point 10 and you are lifting it up. You're putting point 4 down, so it's furthest away from you. That means this will be 10. At the back you'll have 4. That's 1. That's 7. Now as this lifts up to the top view, this point here in the middle is supposed to be point 1, and at the bottom you are going to get point 4. At the top here, which is now on the side, the back part, you should have 4, and at the bottom here you should have 10. So we know that's 10, that's 4. Either one of these two are going to be 1 and 7. So the rule applies again. If you put this down, the view that's going to be in the front, which in this case is going to be 10. If you lift it up, 4 is then at the back, right? So this would be, 10 and 4 is already placed. I'm referring to 1 and 7 now, these two. They are supposed to now be at the top and bottom. So 7 is at the bottom, which I'm going to put here, and 1 is going to be at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Once you have this division and you have everything labeled, you project these points until they connect onto the main pipe here. Right, so all of these points just goes in until they connect onto the main pipe, like that. Now once you have them, I want you to label them on the branch pipe and on the main pipe. So 3 and 5, it goes here, right? So it's 3 and 5 there, and it's also there. This is point 4. The second one is 2 and 6, then it's 1 and 7, then it's 12 and 8, then it's 11 and 9, and then lastly it's 10 here at the bottom. So we are going to do exactly the same here. So once we've divided this, you project all these points in. And now we are also going to label them, right? So this is definitely going to be an A quality line because that's where the branch pipe ends, there. Alright, so now having a look, this first one is 7, then it's 8 and 6, 9, 3, 11, 3, 12 and 2, and the last one is 1. Now you have to make sure that the lines that you've drawn in corresponds with the numbers that's down here. So for instance, if I take point 7, this is 7 and 1, which is on the edge of the main pipe. As it goes up, 7 and 1 only goes up to there. So I know this is already going to be an A quality line all the way to there, and then the branch pipe only connects to that position. Now the interpenetration happens here. So you can already kind of see what we're about to do. This is 2 and 6 and 12 and 8. They are in line with one another. So you line this up. There's 12, 2, 8, 6. The next one is 3 and 5 and 11 and 9. So 9 there, and then the last one we have is here. Number 4 and 10. So once you have all these points, remember, this is now a very important rule. I'm also going to put a little link up here, or just a notation that you can understand what's happening. If the branch pipe and the main pipe is exactly the same diameter, and they connect onto each other like you see here, the curvature, there won't be a curvature here. It's going to be a straight line. So from here, you'll have a straight line that connects onto the middle, and the straight line that connects onto the middle. And you can see it goes exactly through those points I just made. Alright, so this would be the interpenetration. Let's quickly look at the development. So for the development, we have something different this time around. Right, so let's start with a straight line again. Fortunately, because we're working with the cylindrical shape, we can just take this measurement. Even though it doesn't look like it's going to make that big of a deal, that is not a true representation of that length. In order to get the true representation, you have to have a formula. So we are using pi times diameter. Right, so the formula is going to be like this. It's pi times the diameter for the branch pipe is diameter 50. So pi is 3.14 times 50. That gives me 157 millimeters. So what does this mean? It means if I were to cut up in any one of these points and I roll this open, imagine you're holding a can of cool drink and you're cutting it vertically through the whole drawing, and you're putting the Coke can down and you're folding it open. The length of that can is what we've determined now, right? That is the length. So now that's what we have. So we can now go ahead and we can take this measurement, start here on 0. So make sure it's 157. 157 all the way down to here, which means that's going to be the distance of my development that I have. So now we get to the next phase where you take the 157, you divide it by 12, and then you get 13. That's going to be the length between each one of these segments that you've just made, right? So you can set your compass on 13 and then you can cut it off 12 times. So 13, and then you start where your measurement was, 1. Alright, so this should be point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to 1. All these points gets projected up, just like you are used to. Once you've projected all those points up, you can go ahead. And just like you are used to with the solids, if you put your compass on point 1, it lines up with point 1. So that's going to count for 1 and 7. So have a look and see where 7, there it is, 1, there it is. Then we have number 2 and 12, which is going to be similar for 8 and 6. So 2, 12, 6, 8. I'm just going to remeasure this. I forgot to measure 1 here at the bottom. Alright, then we have the middle one, 11 and 3, which is going to be the same as 9 and 3. So 9, 3, 11, and 5. Don't know why I measured. Let me just correct that. There shouldn't be 3, there should be 5. Alright, then the last one is in the middle, that's 10 and 4. So here we can go ahead and put it on 4, put it on 10. So now you have all these little divisions. Now this is going to be a freehand drawing. So you connect everything that you can with your instruments like that. And now this curvature, you don't draw straight lines to those points. You have to use a freehand, and then you kind of just have to connect those dots in the sequence that you see here. So let's attempt this. Alright, so obviously you can see this can be a lot better, but this is the notion. You want to use one line curvature to try and connect these. I hope this video helps, and this is the third installment. The next one is going to be also a cylindrical shape that's now attached on an angle, and then the one after that, so number 5, is going to be the one that's similar to your test that's coming up. So I hope this helps, and start now. Remember, don't start on Monday.